Live from the New England seacoast and sunny Mexico, it's time for Channel Reviews. Please welcome your fabulous hosts, Mr. D. Nimmin. And Daniel Batal.
Taking snapshots. How you doing today, Mr. D. Nimmin?
I'm doing great, man. This past month just flew by. It literally felt like we were doing this last weekend. Great to see you. We've got good news today. We sped up the show. You want to tell them a little bit about what we're doing a little bit differently today?
So, you know us, we're always trying to move this show along, make it a little different, a different experience every time you come here. What we're doing is we're going to be doing best 2 out of 3 for the opening round, meaning if you get 2 strikes, you are out for that particular session. If you get 2 hits, you're going to move on to the final round. Remember, you can always get pulled up again. We've had that happen here, but it's best 2 out of 3, unless it's affected by something like winning a free spin on the wheel, but best 2 out of 3 today.
Best 2 out of 3 today. So for those of you who don't know how this works, we are going to put a word on the screen just like this. The first word to type in is YouTube. So you type this word in, and we're going to use the Streamyard giveaway tool. This is a free feature for all Streamyard users. It's streamyard.com/giveaway if you are a Streamyard user, and it's going to randomize a winner. So everyone who's in the chat right now and people who came early, it says, please choose my channel. This is how we do it. Between every channel audit that we do, every channel review, we change the word. And periodically, we will be changing the word and just like flashing it up on screen for a couple seconds if you want to get a head start. So that is the word to type in right now.
Fantastic. And for anyone who hasn't been here before, what we're doing here is we're going to be using the wheel that we spin that pulls up your channel, and it's going to tell us which best practices to look at and whether or not you have applied these best practices to your channel. That's what's going to decide whether or not you have a hit or a strike as we move through the game quickly.
And to move even faster today, why don't we do this? Why don't we only explain one thing at a time? So for example, if the wheel lands on playlist, we'll explain it once. And then if it lands on playlist again for somebody else, we just keep on trucking.
We keep trucking. I like it. Let's move fast.
More channels going in this way. So
you know how well we work under pressure when things go really quickly.
So who's on timpani today? Who do you got?
We have Megan. My channel manager Megan is on timpani today. Megan, take a bow over there. You're doing a great job.
All right, Megan, let's go. Let's fire up this first one.
Hit it. She's
ready?
Waving the sticks.
Let's go. Let's do this.
There we go. The first channel we're looking at is How We Got Here Genealogy. All right, let me see if we can find this channel.
Congratulations. Daniel's going to get you all pulled up. Daniel, let me know when you got him, and we'll put his channel up on the screen. And the wheel's going to decide what we actually look at. And that's a great thing about the wheel is the wheel does not discriminate. The wheel gets to determine every single aspect, every feature, every pinned comment, every card, whatever it's going to be. The wheel decides.
The wheel sometimes is a merciless wheel, so we
is.
warn you ahead of time.
It is, yes.
So here is the channel, How We Got Here Genealogy. But first thing we're going to do is pull out the old wheel, and let's let the wheel decide what we're looking at. Let's open up these curtains here. There is our wheel. And let's spin it and see what we're going to take a look at. Megan, spot on. Nice job with the drums.
Yeah,
Sound
it.
just like Geraldo.
Yeah, nailed it.
She's good. And it looks like end screens. We're going to be looking at end screens. D, the one and only time today, could you please explain to the people what we mean when we say end screens?
Yes, the end screens, it's a feature that YouTube gives us to allow us to choose a playlist or a video, or in some cases, you can actually link out to a channel, even to a website. But we're talking about using end screens in a way that's going to drive views into another playlist or into another video, which is going to help grow your actual channel, funnel them from one video to another video.
So here is a video that was uploaded 2 weeks ago. So let's take a peek. We're going to scroll to the end of this video, and there, in fact, is an end screen.
All right.
That's one. All he needs to get is one more right, and he got 2 out of 3, and he'll be able to move on to the final round, where we're going to be spinning another wheel that allows the winner to pick any gift they want, any single item from the fabulous Streamyard catalog. There are shirts, there are coffee mugs, they have the duck that tastes really kind of weird. Don't put it in your mouth. They've got all kinds of hoodies, really, really great stuff, and anything you want, pick it, we'll get it out to you. There might be, we have to have the one caveat. There are some areas in parts of the world that shipping may not work, and if it doesn't, don't worry, we'll take care of you on the other end. We'll find an alternate prize for you.
That's right. And I just want to say to the good people of Streamyard, I could use another mug. I had to leave my mug in Mexico. It was too big and too fragile, so I'm mugless.
Well, if we pull up your channel and you can get 2 hits, then maybe you'll be able to win one. I'm just saying.
Maybe. All right, let's see what the wheel has to say.
Yes, let's do that. Okay, the next thing, where did my wheel go?
Yeah.
I do have a wheel down here somewhere, don't I? Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, everyone watching, all of these things apply to you. So if you're thinking this doesn't apply to my niche, or can you look at my channel is unique, these are basic practices and it applies to everyone equally.
100%.
Yeah.
Let's see what we're looking at now. Looks like it's going to be clear thumbnails. Clear thumbnails. Dee, tell people what we mean one time only when we say clear thumbnails.
When we're talking about clear thumbnails, we're talking a couple of things. First and foremost, it is mobile optimized. That means that it can easily be seen on a mobile device. Your text isn't too small. It's not too fancy pants. If I can look at it on my phone and I can easily come to the conclusion of what that video is about, or it draws some sort of emotion out of me or compels me to click in some way, that would be a clear thumbnail. And it also doesn't mean that you need to cram your thumbnails with as much text as possible. A lot of mistakes that people will make is they have a really long title and they'll just try to duplicate the title and cram it into the thumbnail, and they just put a bunch of jumbled words in there. So we're thinking about clarity, we're thinking about mobile optimization, and we're thinking about if the viewer sees that thumbnail, are they going to either A, know what the thumbnail is about, or B, is it going to compel them to click for some reason, be it curiosity, or maybe you just evoked an emotion and you made them mad with the thumbnail. Whatever it is, you compelled them to click. So let's see.
My thumbnails have made people mad, but for different reasons.
Yeah, but I get comments like, "D, I want to punch your face. Take it off the thumbnail."
What's with the hair? So let me pull out the old man magnifying glass. This channel in specific has leveraged a lot of shorts on their content, and I know a lot of people aren't doing custom thumbnails for their shorts, even though you still can, and they still can get surfaced in certain traffic areas. A lot of people are just letting YouTube pick them, so we're going to ignore those for now, and let's find areas where they have used 16:9 custom thumbnails. Hey, you know what? This is always a good time to get the crowd, the lions involved. You want to have them decide and see if they can figure that out?
I love it. So here's what we're going to do. If you think these thumbnails are clear, give us a thumbs up. If you think they are not clear, give us a thumbs down. Good people of the Coliseum, what say you?
The Coliseum lions sometimes can get very hungry and aggressive.
They can.
Trying to use my old man microscope here. Man, I suddenly want breakfast, and is it like, I don't know, maybe it's just me.
French toast, man. All about that French
I was
toast.
Thinking Lucky Charms.
Okay, good. That's a good second. All right, so we've got some mixed reviews here.
Yeah, we do.
But I'm going to say predominantly the trend is unfortunately down.
Yeah. So
people
there
have
we
spoken.
Go. We said the lions
people.
sometimes can be vicious and hungry, and that's what happens. One of the things you want to think about when you're making thumbnails, not just that you're getting a clear image or not, cluttering them with things is one mistake. When you put too many things in there and your eye is drawn in too many directions, that can be problematic because you have to remember these are being served on devices where people are scrolling pretty quick. So you really need to grab their attention and have them understand what the video's about. So clarity in your thumbnail, so when someone sees it, they immediately understand what the topic is about, why they would want to watch that video. Clarity, try to reduce the clutter, and have them be interesting and compelling, something that really makes someone go, wow, I need to stop and watch that. That's something that really serves my interests.
Now, I'll say, though, there's some mixed information here, as just the receipts say. They say nice colors too much stuff. And I would agree. So I would say this. I think his thumbnails are on the right path. And I think just with a little bit of tiny tweaking, he can add some clarity to that. Now, he's got 1 win and 1 lose. So he's got his final spin happening right now, correct?
Yep, 1 and 1.
1 and 1. Let's
spin this wheel, and he's got one more chance to get advance to the finals wheel spin at the end of the game.
Yep.
Or unfortunately, we'll have to move on to our next contestant. So let's spin the wheel.
Skin that smoke wagon. Let's do it. Make it happen.
Man, imagine if he landed on eliminated. That's one of our slices too.
Oh, that's right.
All right, optimized playlist. D, the only time you need to explain this is right now. We're never going to talk about it ever again. So could you please explain to people who are in the chat and maybe watching in the replay, what do we mean by optimized playlists?
When we're talking about optimized playlists are another feature that YouTube allows us to have where we can group our content together, right? When you're putting playlists together, think of putting your playlist together in a session where people can binge watch your content. Now, you can order them in a way that it makes sense, part 1, part 2, part 3, or you can be more strategic about it if it's not something that has to be put in order, where you could put your best performing videos at the head of the playlist, right? Something that's performing right now on your channel, move that to the front of the playlist. Now, also, when it comes to optimized playlists, we're also looking at the titles. You don't want to just put vlogs, or you don't want to put uploads. Create an actual title for your playlist just like you would for a video, right? Because your playlist can be surfaced. It can show up in a search. They can suggest it to people. So you want to make sure you have a good clickable title on that. And it also helps if you add a description. Treat your playlist just like you would a video.
100%. So I'm looking at the channel here. You know, my personal thing is I have a vendetta against uploads and popular uploads. I think they don't help explain to the viewer what this channel is about. But a lot of people still leave them in there. I'm not going to let that be the final arbiter of whether we think he's got optimized playlists. I will say this. He does have some playlists that seem to speak to the value of the channel. Genetic genealogy, DNA test results. It's missing a little bit of the explanation of what he means by this. It does, like Dee said, it has a bit of that supermarket feeling where it's just like rice, soup, vegetables. Everything's just stuck into a single short sentence that says like a container. But what it's not doing is the kind of thing that you're doing in your titles, like genealogist evaluates family tree DNA test results, right? A little more compelling. Talk about how you're explaining those test results. Down here, Canadian prime ministers, genealogies and histories. Another one that if you're into that kind of thing, following through the history of Canadian prime ministers, genealogy resources. That's a pretty decent one. He is missing descriptions in these. You can put descriptions in your playlist, which is really, really important for optimization and for viewer experience because playlists can show up in search. Playlists can be surfaced in their entirety on the homepage browse for people who have been interacting with your content or have showed interest in the topic. So I'm on the fence. Dee, I'm going to let you call this one. Canadian prime ministers, genealogies and histories, genealogy resources, a day in Canadian history.
Here we go. What's it going to be? I'm going to give it to him.
All right.
I'm going to give it to him because he's putting in the work. He just needs a little bit of polishing.
Right.
A little bit of elbow grease, if you will.
Yeah, just think about that. Think about how you can, when you go to write a playlist title, think about the same strategy you might use in a video title. How do I really make this compelling? How do I really make it clickable and get someone down the rabbit hole of going, I want to watch this. I want to watch the stuff in this playlist.
Right. And if you're watching this right now, and you don't have optimized playlists, and you don't have end screens, because we've talked about those already, right now would be a good time to put those in there because you never know what's going to be what channel's going to be next. We're gonna spin this, and it's all going to be randomized right now. So there's 43 people. Let's let it get up to 45. Let 2 more people in here, Megan.
Sure.
And then let's spin this.
Man, she's
44.
champing at the bit over there with the
I see it. Yep, there we go.
She's just ready to start.
We need like a down cam. There it is, 46. You ready?
Let's do it. Megan says, yep.
All right, Megan, let's go. Boom. I love it. So random. Uh-oh.
There we go. Nani's plays Provoking E. Provoking E. Never Provoke E. I think we...
Do you think you can find that one?
I'm going to try.
Probably.
Let me finish putting the other one into the winner's wheel so we have his name in there before I leave. Let's see. Nani's...
Now, while Daniel's looking for that, I just want to let you know that Streamyard puts the text really large on this tool. So this is as far as we can see. So he's just kind of winging it and looking for your channel name. And this is a really good opportunity to say, for those of you who have complicated channel names or have channel names that are kind of clever, sometimes it doesn't work out in your favor in situations like this. Did you find it?
I did find it. I was able to find it. It's actually provoking encouragement. We encourage you.
There you go.
We would encourage you to make channel names that are not too complex that people can understand. How's that for provoking encouragement?
Yeah, never provoke E. I love it.
All right, well, we're not going to look at anything yet. We're going to pull up the wheel, and we're going to let the wheel decide. Now, remember, each time we spin here, every slice that's been landed on is going to be removed from the wheel automatically. So as we move forward, this wheel gets thinner and thinner and thinner, and the chances of hitting some of these other things like free merch or maybe eliminated come up even more as a higher possibility. But let's spin and see what we're going to look like.
Yep.
Okay, all right. Optimized titles. Now, we just kind of talked about this a minute ago when we were talking about playlist titles. Can you talk about what we mean? Because we're referring to video titles here. What do we mean, Dee, when we say optimized titles?
Optimized titles. Optimized title is something where there's a couple different ways to go with it. You can be optimized for search traffic, specifically, how do I tie a tie? Or you could be just optimized for browse traffic and general traffic in general, but it still needs to be something that tells the viewer what the video is about, or something that compels them to click, something that piques their curiosity, answers a question, etc. So you don't want a title that says going to the store. That's not compelling. That doesn't answer a question. That doesn't pique anyone's curiosity.
It also doesn't help explain what the channel might be about content-wise. One of the things is these things should work out of context. If someone sees one of your video titles, try to, as often as possible, build something that someone would understand the type of channel this is and what they can expect in future videos by looking at this one, right? Kind of keep it focused and optimized for the viewer experience.
Yep.
So here, we've got the channel. Let's take a look. Teachers like it or not. Does pain have a purpose? No shame here. Unmoved. Be encouraged to keep going. Do you do this? Celebrating mothers. You know what? Those lions have been licking their chops for the last couple of minutes here. Why don't we let the lions decide what they think about these titles, if they're optimized, if they really help be compelling and help the viewer understand the kind of content that is inside of each one of these videos.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Coliseum, what say you, with a thumbs up or a thumbs down? You will decide the fate of Nani's place of provoking encouragement and hopefully not lion food. You decide.
I love Nani. I wonder if that's a nickname or an actual name, Nani. That's a cool name.
I know someone named Nani.
Do you?
And it was a nickname. Mm-hmm.
It was a nickname?
Yep.
Let's see.
I suppose it could be a
we
real
got thumbs going in every direction here. This might be a tough call.
Man. This is tough. This is tough.
That is tough. We got thumbs up, thumbs down. Yeah, man, it is like we got a little bit of both. We got a little hang 10 in there.
Oh man, this is a tough one.
This
one's really tough. Man, you know what we need?
What's that?
This would be a great tool for somebody to invent. A tool that could read the emojis. Like how many thumbs up and how many thumbs up, how many thumbs down throughout a chat. That would be a handy little tool.
Yeah.
So Nani says it's a nickname. Okay.
Nickname. Very cool. Cool nickname.
Okay. So here's what I'm saying, or what I'm seeing here. It's so mixed. It's so mixed. I'm going to pull it back in and say this. Daniel, Batal gets to decide.
Well, when it's this mixed, I'm going to say that I'm going to give Nani the benefit of the doubt, and we're going to say that enough people get it. Let's move this one on.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
So there's one hit. Now, I might change my mind later on, given the same decision. So that's how unreliable I am.
And I will say this. You could see that the crowd was 50-50 on that. Yeah. I'm 50-50 on this as well. I think you can do a lot to actually add some clarity to your thumbnails. They're almost there. They're almost there, but you're just missing something that speaks directly to your target audience.
Yeah, the titles are just a little short and a little unfocused. Some of them are compelling, some of them, but yeah, see if you can just try to really represent the kind of content that people are going to get inside the video in the title. But I like that they're not super long. They weren't having problems with truncation. Sometimes you get titles that have like they get cut off with a ... and the viewer can't read what the whole title is. So it's like that can hurt viewer experience. So I do like the brevity of them, but just try to keep them a little more focused. One other quick thing that I should probably mention, let me pull this channel back up. All of your titles, except for this most recent one, are in full caps, all caps. YouTube has made it, they haven't said that they're punishing anyone, but they've made it clear that they do not prefer when channels use all caps in their titles. They think it's a bad experience on the platform. And when YouTube hints at they don't want you doing something, I try to avoid it. So think about trying to not always make all of your stuff in all caps. You didn't do it in the one from 2 days ago. That really smart move there. Some caps on certain words you want to pop, good idea. All caps all the time, kind of sounds like you're shouting.
Yep, 100%, man.
All right, let's pull up that wheel, see what we're going to look at next.
Spin it.
Oh, I got to put it up. Hold on. It's not clicking.
There you go. Put it up there. While he's putting that up,
there it is.
The next word to type in is thumbnails. Type that in.
Man, thumbnails. So important.
Yep. Not to be confused with fingernails, toenails.
Or roofing nails.
Or roofing
my
nails.
line of work.
Yeah.
Okay, we have cards. Okay, we haven't had this one up yet. This is one that used to come up all the time for us. I'm surprised. It's been sorely missing from the wheel spins lately. Dee, could you please explain to people what cards are, what we mean by cards, and how they can be important to growing your channel or optimizing your channel for the viewer?
I will. So cards are yet again another feature YouTube gives us to get more views on our videos and to give the viewer a better viewer experience. If you go to any video and up in the top right-hand corner, you're going to see that little white dot up in the corner. That is an indication that a card is present. A viewer can click on that and they can go into a playlist. They can go in to watch another video. Now, generally speaking, and Daniel, I believe YouTube, correct me if I'm wrong, is it 70 or 80% towards the end of the video YouTube suggests that we place
best
our
practices,
cards.
YouTube says 80% of the way through the video or more.
Yeah, 80% or more. The idea is by putting it at the end of the video is that if you get someone to the end of the video, there's a higher chance. I mean, they're committed at that point. They like you as a creator. They enjoy the video. There's a higher probability that they might actually click onto that card and go watch it.
We like referring to that as pre-qualifying the viewer, right? You know, like if they've watched that much, there's a higher probability that they're going to click a card. So put it in front of people that are pre-qualified, that have shown interest in your content. Give them the option of another video.
Exactly.
Now, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I just wanted to ask you if you wanted to explain quickly one of the strategies that they can use. I know you've done this with a lot of success by using the same video in your card as you do in the end screen, as you do in the pinned comment, as you do, etc.
I do. There are 4 places in any piece of content that you can recommend another video to the viewer, and understanding that YouTube uses viewer behavior and traffic data to understand who they're going to recommend your content to next, if they're going to recommend it. Then one of the things you can do is use cards, end screens, link in the description where someone can see it, preferably near the top of your description, and a pinned comment. And it's not so much using each of those separately, but seeing how you can make them work together. A lot of times I'll put the exact same video in all 4 places, so that 4 people come along, take completely different actions. They all send the same traffic signal back to YouTube. People who watch the video, the query video that's in front of them, are going on to watch this candidate video that I've pushed them towards no matter what they click.
Right. Crazy Kid 949 says it's hard to put cards in a video about stand-up comedy and make it relevant. No, just put up another card about stand-up comedy. If I'm watching your video and I love your comedy, and you offer me, be it through a card or through an end screen or through a pinned comment or a link in your description out to another video or playlist of you doing stand-up comedy, and I like you, I'm going to click on that. I do that all the time. I watch something with Bill Burr, and then they recommend something to me that I haven't seen yet. I'm clicking. I don't care where it is, a card, end screen, link, or whatever. I'm clicking on that. So yeah, absolutely. It just
Yeah,
needs
Crazy
to be
Kid
more
949.
comedy.
Consider this: YouTube is going to be recommending content all over the place around your content. If your video
Right.
shows up on the homepage browse, it's going to be surrounded by other content. When your video ends, YouTube's going to show an up next. While they're watching your video on the watch page, there's going to be a whole list down the side of suggested videos. So to say that you can't recommend something because of your niche is really the wrong attitude and the wrong way to look at it. Absolutely, that's how YouTube works. We want to get people watching and keep them watching. So any chance you have to recommend another one of your videos, figure out a way to get it up there and push them towards another piece of your own content. Otherwise, YouTube will start pushing them towards other channels. If people are leaving yours and clicking one of the sidebars and you don't give them any options, they're going to start recommending other people's content and move them away from your channel instead of recommending more.
Yeah, the thing there is they're going to recommend content no matter what. You might as well do everything that you can do to try to get them to recommend your content, because they're going to recommend somebody's.
I'm drawing a spiral. I used to do this. Everyone have a spirograph? Anyone have that when you were a kid?
Yeah.
There is no, if there were a card in this video, this is her most recent video, there would be a white dot up there. And unfortunately for our friend today, there is no card up in that corner. But there's a beautiful spiral I drew. Thank you very much. I went to college for fine art, by the way. Thank you. You can see
tell.
it shows in every scribble.
I see an NFT in your future.
No effing talent. Sorry. That going to get us demonetized?
So she's got one win, one loss.
We got one hit, one strike. So the next wheel spin will decide, or potentially, depending on what happens, how it spins, what's going to happen with her channel moving forward here. Now, I don't mean on the platform. I only mean in this game. You could still have success even if you strike out here today. So let's spin and see what we're going to look at. Oh, man. It's right there on it just crossed over. Thought we were going to see a free spin. So clear value proposition. A nice mix of symmetry across the wheel today, getting some really good choices of things that can really help the people understand how to optimize their channel. But when we say clear value proposition, you know me. I think this is the most important thing out there.
I was just going to say, you tackle this one because you do an amazing job at explaining what a clear value proposition is. So this one is yours. Pin this on the wall. This one's always yours.
Right, let me straighten my tie.
Straighten your tie.
When we talk about a clear value proposition, what we really mean is you should be able to, in a single sentence, explain to people what I call the 3 W's of YouTube. The first W is what? What's your channel about? Niche? Is it travel? Is it food? Is it music? Is it motorcycling? Is it, you name it? You should know your what right off the bat. The second W is the who. Who is the target audience? And we don't mean demographics. I don't mean, women between the age of 18 and 32. No, what we mean is interest-based. What's the interest, the conversation? Is it people who like playing first-person shooter games on an Xbox console? That could be your target audience. Or people who are looking for fast and easy recipes to make for their families when they get home from work. That could be a target audience. So the who is very important. And the last is the why. Why would they watch your content as opposed to any other content they might be served in a given watch session? Not just stuff that's similar to yours, but you can get surrounded with all sorts of things based on their interests. So you have to make sure that your value prop is really powerful so that someone who's served some other kind of content that has nothing to do with yours chooses to watch your videos over their other interest. That's a value proposition.
Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it.
Okay, so let's pull up this channel and let's see if she does, in fact, have a clear value proposition. Let me get back to her
That's going to make it or break it.
Provoking. Now, here's an interesting one. So first of all, it's a good thing we're not looking at channel art because your channel art is being cropped off. I'm only seeing half your name here. I'm going to give you a free tip here. Make sure you understand how to properly build channel art so that it gets cropped different for different devices. So you want to make sure nothing's getting cut off when it's served on like a mobile device or desktop or on a television set or a tablet. So make sure you get that right. But as we go through this, let's look at the value prop. This is one of these things that the Lions have been really good today about deciding whether someone's effectively doing something. What do you say? You want to throw it out to them?
Ladies and gentlemen of the Coliseum, thumbs up or thumbs down. Lions, what say you?
Yeah. When you're looking at this, folks, at a glance, when you're looking at the titles, the playlist titles, the name of the channel art, do you understand at a glance what this channel is about? Does it have a clear value proposition? Damn.
Waiting for those
sounds like the
thumbs
Lions
to
are
come
eating
in.
people.
It does. It does.
I'm hearing screaming and roaring.
Some screaming and roaring going on there.
There we go. Okay, we've got thumbs down, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I'm seeing a lot of thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs up.
Hey, Neil.
Thumbs up. Well, you know what? A lot of people seem
mix in here again.
to be saying, one person said, this channel is about nannies. Yeah, well, of course. Thumbs up. I'm seeing a whole lot of thumbs up. Thumbs down. You know, you threw it to me last time, Dee, so I'm just going to grab it and run with it. They seem to think, the Lions seem to think that they understand what this channel is about. And if they say they understand what it's about, then that's good enough for me.
A place of encouragement to me, as long as her videos are in alignment with that, a place of encouragement. Here's what I would like to see, though. I would like to see Nani's place massively reduced because I don't know Nani yet. She hasn't provided any value to me yet, so I don't really care who she is. But the message of a place of encouragement, that speaks to me. So I would like to see that larger and her actual name smaller.
Yeah, and you know, one of the things that you want to one of the things when you're talking about encouragement, Nani, don't be afraid to get a little deeper into that and really explain. This is where playlists could help out, because if you're providing encouragement to who? Just to people in general. Like I see there's teachers like it. Does pain have a purpose? If you're really just talking about bringing a positive attitude to your life and encouragement to keep going through different scenarios and how to find that positive attitude, then you might want to break those up into playlists so that it's easy for someone who's on your channel to go, okay, the teaching part of it may not make sense to me, but the pain thing, I'm someone who deals with pain every single day. I work with Dee. Couldn't help it. But that might reach out to me and trigger me to really want to watch more videos on that specific encouragement thing.
Yeah, so Brianna here, Brianna Marie says Nani's encouragement. That's fantastic for a channel name, Nani's encouragement. And I would love to say for everybody in the chat right now, so let's workshop this as a group really quick for Nani to kind of help her mold her channel into shape here. What are some things that she could put on her site that's about encouragement? Like, what could it be? Or she can encourage people to do what? Right? For me, if I'm looking for encouragement, maybe I'm feeling very unmotivated and I'm struggling to get work done. And maybe I'm just looking online for some motivation or some encouragement. Or maybe you're feeling lonely, or maybe life's just dumping all over you or whatever, and you just need some encouragement.
Or maybe you're a new parent and you're trying to juggle, having a new kids in your life while still being able to figure out how to pay your bills and get work done and all those other things. And maybe there's some advice you have there to encourage them to keep going and bring some positivity to sometimes those rough periods in people's lives.
Yeah, and this is a great idea. Having a bad day, ? For a title of a video, right?
Oh, that's really great. Yeah, that's really good.
Having a bad day. Matter of fact, I am. I'm clicking on that.
Yeah, I mean, because I keep insulting Dee.
It's because you keep insulting me, right? As soon as the stream is over, Nani, if you had that video, I would be watching it as soon as we end this stream. Okay, so
join us next week for Nick and Dee's live channel reviews.
So Nani, there's some great things going on here in the chat. People giving you some ideas to live authentically and live with positive energy. I absolutely love that. Doing for others will encourage you in them too. It's fantastic. I love this community.
Great suggestions, man. The Lions are on point today.
Yes. The Lions can do more than give us a thumbs up or thumbs down. I absolutely love it. Encouragement by Nani. Love that too. Okay, so congratulations, Nani. The next word to type in, as so many of you already have, is the word thumbnails. We're going to let just a couple more people type that in, and then Megan is going to get down on that timpani.
Yeah.
We're going to roll it.
She's literally over there rubbing the sticks together. She's getting into this.
I can hear.
Geraldo's going to be calling like, well, what's going on?
I was replaced. Yeah.
All right, what do you say? Shall we roll it?
Let's do it. Let's go. Nani says, thanks, guys. So helpful. There you go.
Lou Optics. Lou Optics is the winner. Let me find Lou's channel here, and we'll take a peek at Lou.
Congratulations, Lou. This is one of those channels where, and we've talked about this before, based on channel name alone, I have no idea what we're getting into. He could be an optometrist. He could be doing like 3D, or virtual reality, metaverse stuff.
My first thing is I thought it was going to be like some kind of optometrist thing, Well, you know what? I think we're spot on. A great name, Lou, because I get it. So it made sense to me at least. So great name. But we don't get to make those choices right now because we have this fancy wheel that we're going to spin, and it's going to decide what we're going to look at. Megan, hit those chimpanzees, would you?
Yes.
Wheel's starting to get thinned down here. We got two people have moved to the final round. Look at that, free spin. So we're going to put a marker up there. Lou, you're going to get an extra spin. So if you do happen to get 2 strikes, you'll have 1 free spin that you can pull and go again and see if you can and stay in the game.
The next word to type in is playlist, and I can't figure out what side to point to.
It's over. One of these.
Just one of those. Yeah, there you go.
And let's see. Man, if the next thing he got was eliminated, that would kind of stink. Well, you can pull out a free spin then. Chapters. Dee, we haven't had this one yet. Could you please explain to people what chapters are, what we mean by chapters, and how creators can use them to effectively optimize and help them grow their channels?
Sure. Chapters, you might have otherwise heard of them as timestamps. It is when you put the time at certain points of the video and you can write out what that section is. The reason why this is so important these days is YouTube is putting a lot of weight on viewer satisfaction. So by giving the viewer what they're looking for faster, that helps with viewer satisfaction. Easiest way to do that is to go down and write the actual time code out. And instead of putting just part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, you can get descriptive with that. And you can actually type in a mini title if you want, because chapters, and Daniel, I don't know if you saw this or not, but for 1 day and 1 day only, I was served, and I think they were testing it, I was actually served for the first time a chapter in search.
Oh, really?
I made a tweet
Must
about
have missed
it.
a tweet. Yeah, I know. I've
1 day only, and then it was gone. Yeah.
The same thing happened to me. It was like not a whole day. It was like one time it happened. I was like, oh, I'm seeing chapters being served. And a lot of people have been telling me they're starting to get surfaced, but I love the idea. What I have seen is a lot of the chapters doing well with Google. We're seeing those being turned into key moments and being highlighted on Google for sections of video that answer the search query for a Google search. So it can be effective not only on platform, but for off-platform external traffic when people find stuff in Google.
Right. They're going to make chapters for you either way. You might as well help craft them so make sure they get it right. Here's one interesting thing that I mentioned in my tweet, Daniel, and for everybody in chat right now. I don't know if this is the way it's going to finally roll out or if it just could have been a fluke. I don't know. But what they were serving me on that particular day was actually when I would click in, it would line up right before the most watched part of the video.
Wow.
It was always right before that bump. And I just thought, how interesting is that?
Wow. So, most replayed, right?
Most replayed. Yeah.
All right, so let me grab one of the videos from this channel here. I'm seeing something that I think would do well with chapters. Why you should consider a career in optical. Now, to me, I don't think for a video that's 16 minutes and 47 seconds long, I'm guessing you're not just saying one reason. There are probably multiple reasons. So there's something that probably could have got broken down into the different reasons. So let's pull that and see if he is using chapters. I would see a broken line here if he was. And I'm not seeing any chapters here.
Okay, so that was a live stream. So you can come back and add chapters to your live streams. That's one way to get more views on your live streams is to think about the replay. What happens after the live stream is actually finished? So in that particular situation, let's say you talk about 10 reasons why you should be an optometrist. That is a perfect thing for chapters. Number one, maybe the first thing you talk about is the pay is great. So number one, the pay is great, or optometrists make good money, right? Maybe that could be number one. Part two could maybe you set your own hours, and I'm just pulling that out of a hat, right? So you could just descriptively go down and make those chapters, and that would be a perfect way to do it.
Yeah, and if you notice here, all the content on his channel is live streamed. So one of those things, I picked the one that had the most amount of views, seemed to be doing well. So yeah, don't be afraid to use them. They can be important.
He says they don't have them. Yeah. So yeah, this is great for replay value on a live stream. Yeah. And congratulations and thank you for being a StreamYard user.
Yeah, but unfortunately, you're going to get your first strike here, my friend. But you do have free spin, so this can all come back around. One strike so far. Let's see what happens. Let's pull that wheel back up and see what we're going to look at next.
Let's do it.
Oh, it almost went the other way. Chat's choice. People in the chat, look what we have left up here, or choose something that has already gone by if you want us to look at something else. But you guys tell us what you want to look at. Just so in case you're on a mobile device and it's hard to read, we've got consistent uploads, we've got featured content, clear channel name, we've got pinned comment, a featured link in the description. Any one of these. You can choose anything you want. Doug, making sure that the people in the chat know what we're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, for those of you who are just joining us, we're going to flash a word on the screen, and the word is always changing. Current word to type in is playlist, and then we're going to randomly choose a winner. That's how we choose.
So I'm reading some of these things. I'm seeing free merch. That's a choice. Pinned comment, featured link.
Looks like the win.
Pinned comment. I'm seeing a lot of pinned comment.
All right, pinned comment. There it is.
There we go. That seems to be the winner. So let's go and see if he is using a pinned comment. Let's see. Now, again, I'm going to go to the video that has the most amount of views, because if there's ever a video that could use, the good place to push people towards another piece of content is one that has the higher performance metrics and more people have actually watched. That's your opportunity to push them towards another piece of content. And as I scroll down, unfortunately, there's no pinned comment. Wow, there we go. But now that is 2 strikes, but here's the beauty of the wheel. You have a free spin sitting up in the corner, so let's pull that wheel out one more time, and you get another shot at this, my friend.
He got a free spin.
Yeah, see, those things come in handy.
Yep.
Let's see. Wheel is getting thinner by the minute.
It is.
And it looks like featured link in the description. Dee, we've talked about a lot of these things earlier in trying to put multiple things together, but can you quickly explain to people what we mean by a featured link in the description?
Featured link in the description is preferably, but we're not going to flag you on it if it is actually below the show more area, something that you have to expand to see the link. We're not going to flag you for that, but preferably it is above the show more area, and it's a link with intention. Maybe you tell them what it is. In your case, maybe the first video is should you become an optometrist, and maybe a second video is called how much money do optometrists make, right? So maybe that first video link, you have a title and it says watch next, how much money does an optometrist make? And it links out to that video, right? It's a linked video or a linked playlist with intention of getting the viewer to watch more content.
Right. Great. Alternatively,
if the purpose of that video was to drive affiliate sales or get people into your sales funnel, then that would be the preferred link because it still has intention.
Right. And one thing you got to remember is, by definition, from YouTube themselves, suggested traffic includes links that are in the descriptions of other videos. So if people click those, that actually is part of the suggested traffic metric that you see in your analytics. Great place to get more suggested traffic. And I'm looking at this right now, and in fact, the only thing that I'm really seeing in this description is a whole lot of hashtags, just a ton of hashtags. Boy, unfortunately, this is going to be your third strike, my friend. Nobody likes to see that happen. But let's talk about this for 1 second, because I think this is important.
Hashtags.
Hashtags. When people put hashtags in, I want you to understand that on YouTube, hashtags work differently than they do on something like Twitter or on Instagram. Hashtags are similar in the sense that if you put hashtags in there, they will propagate lists of other content that fall under that hashtag. But using this many does very little. First of all, if you notice up by your title, the first 3 hashtags that you put in your description will populate right up above your title. See them right here? LinkedIn, Grammarly, and Indeed. LinkedIn, Grammarly, and I'm surprised this one's the other way. They picked Indeed. So 3 of them will show up there. That's weird that it went the opposite way. Did you notice that? Usually it's the first 3, but that's weird that it's doing well. YouTube
weird.
Being YouTube.
Go YouTube, yeah.
Yeah. So they put them up there. But what you need to understand is, why would you use these hashtags? Just because you can put a hashtag in your description, should you put a hashtag in your description? Let me show you, because your content is about optometry, right? And you want to be making sure that if people happen to click the hashtag you're using, that in a perfect world, they would be served more of your content, right? So let's click one. If we go LinkedIn, it'll bring us to a new page of all kinds of content about LinkedIn and nothing to do with your niche. None of your videos are here. And this is one of those things where all you're doing is effectively putting words that do nothing to help grow your channel. So if instead what you might want to think about doing is maybe if you can over time start using maybe your own optometry tag, right? Something that people would click, or even using your channel name, Lou Optics, so that it could populate more hashtag Lou Optics, no space, could populate more Lou Optics content and pull all those videos up. So be intentional about it. And if you're going to use one, I always say, pick one, put one up there. Like for me, I use hashtag Daniel Batal. And when I see, if you go into your search, in your analytics, you can actually see what search terms and what hashtags have been bringing people to your channel and more of your content. And hashtag Daniel Batal actually brings more people to more of my content, so I keep using it.
Little delay there, clicking on that.
Yeah, that happens.
Well described.
So unfortunately,
how you doing, sir? Yep.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to move on to the next word that we have in chat. What was the one we had up here? Playlist. There we go. We got 77 people in there. Moving quickly.
Yeah, man.
Hey, while we're sitting here waiting to spin this wheel, don't be afraid to share this stream out on social media. Get more people in here playing the game with us. And if you haven't hit the like button, please do. I'm seeing about 90 likes, but I haven't refreshed my screen. If you haven't hit the like, it's a great way to let YouTube understand the kinds of content that other people that are similar to you might want to watch as well, and helps the show get out there in front of more eyeballs.
All right. So we have
84. That's pretty good.
You
All
ready?
right, Megan, you ready? She's nodding. Let's do this thing.
Let's go. That's right. He says this is amazing. It struck out a great game. Thank you. Yeah, man.
Yes, it's a good attitude, my friend.
Yeah.
Okay, can fly. Watch this one. Can fly Western Australia. Did I get it right?
Oh. I thought it was like can fly, like wow, like the babies that always sit behind me on international flights.
We've had this channel in here.
Oh, okay. Every international flight. Yeah, every single one. And it doesn't, look, I'm just going to get this out. While you're looking up the channel, I'm going to get this out. So when I go to an event or I go to the USA, I fly over from Asia without fail. It doesn't matter if I sit in economy. It doesn't matter if I sit in an exit row. It doesn't matter if I sit in premium economy. It doesn't matter if I'm in business class. It doesn't matter if I'm in first class. There's a universal rule that a screaming baby has to sit behind me. They follow me on the plane. I don't get it.
They hand them out when you go through customs. They're like,
I think so.
You'll be sitting
like,
follow this guy. It's ID Nimmin. Take a screaming baby.
Take a screaming baby. They keep one on tap, probably. They just keep a screaming baby on the side. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Get the baby.
Get the baby.
Get the baby.
Yeah, last time we saw this channel, I made the mistake because I'm from the United States, said can fly Washington, the WA being the abbreviation for Washington. And I was severely reprimanded somewhere on another social media site saying,
get you, man.
it's Western Australia, knucklehead. And I'm like, oh, there you go. There you go. I learned something new every day. But I got it right this time. So let's pull out the wheel and let's see what we're going to be looking at on this channel.
Boy, it's getting thin.
Western Australia.
It's getting thin.
What is it? Featured content, a great one. Dee, can you explain to people what we mean by featured content?
I can explain it, but you know what would be really helpful? There it is. I was going to say, if you could show something that's using featured content, and I guess we can just go ahead and give it to them. Because there it is. Featured content is something that you can show to, right? YouTube gives us two different places or two different options for this. Option number one, you can have it featured content, or they call it a trailer. Featured content for people who are subscribed to your channel, and featured content to people who are not subscribed to your channel. So you get to decide what people see based on their subscription level. And you can use these in all sorts of different ways. YouTube calls it a trailer, but it doesn't have to be a trailer. Let's say you've got a brand deal and you're trying to bring more attention to a video. You could put that there. If you have a video that's just tried and true for bringing in subscribers and converting people, you could put that there. If you have a video that makes a lot of money through affiliate sales, you could put that there. So whatever the intention is of your channel, you can put whatever video you want that makes sense for you to go there.
Yeah, and remember,
Views,
there's going to be
watch
one
time,
for people
etc.
who are not subscribed and one for
Right.
people who are subscribed. So consider that experience and use
Right.
intentionality. Don't just put a video that you think, oh, this has got a lot of views, I'm going to stick some different videos up here. If someone's not subscribed, maybe think about putting a video that your metrics have shown you have driven the most amount of subscribers to your channel in the most recent 90 days. You know, do something, be intentional. And if it's for someone who is subscribed, ask yourself why someone who is already subscribed, why would they come to your homepage of your channel? Maybe it's because they want to see a new piece of content. So it's a great place to put up your newest piece of content. So if they missed a notification, they can come right to your channel and it can be featured right up top for them.
And the important thing that you said there is to think about the user experience. That's key. Think about a new user hitting your channel, doesn't know you, doesn't know anything about you, and think about what can you give them. Look at your metrics to help you figure that out.
100%. All right, let's spin the wheel and see what we're looking at next. Can't Fly, Western Australia. Wow, what is it? Weekend? I said the name wrong.
Yeah, they were on this game show or they were on your
Can't
channel?
Fly. There we go.
We had them on this game show?
Yes.
Why don't I remember that?
Yeah. Clear channel name. Well,
yeah.
You know, depends who you
what?
ask. And I think it's a perfect time to ask the Lions. Now, listen, I have explained that this is Western Australia, but if you let's let the chat tell us when you start using a group that you would know immediately what this channel is about, or get an idea at least. Do you think it works? Do you think it helps? It supports the value prop?
It's tough, man.
It
Yeah,
is tough.
I would have thought Washington as well. I would have thought Washington. But here's the important thing. The important thing to me isn't necessarily where it is. It's what they're doing. Like when I see Can Fly, my thought is, oh, it's probably about aviation.
I thought so
Somehow.
too. That was my gut.
Somehow about aviation.
I thought it was going to be an airplane channel because it actually looks like it's droning, all about droning.
Right.
And they've used the word flying, and then they've used initials for an area that maybe not everyone's going to get, but that's why we're going to let the Lions decide. Oh man, we're right there again. Thumbs down, both. Thumbs down, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down. Seeing a lot of thumbs down. I'm thinking a lot of people are saying we're not quite getting it. Doug Houston says he gets it. I know what this is.
All right, there you go. Doug's the decider. He's the
Well,
equalizer.
I think if Doug says it's right, then it must be right, because I never argue with Doug. I'm smarter than that. So
That's right.
there we go. Now wait a minute. Was that's two? That means that's 2 out of 3. So you had a featured piece of content, and people seem to understand your channel name. So you are going to be moving on to our final round. Speaking about moving on here, D. You know, I think things are moving a little slow. I wonder if there's anything.
They are moving a little bit slow, but I just want to say a little tidbit, good rules to live by in life is to always trust a Houston.
Houston would never lead you wrong.
Never disagree with a Houston. I believe as my old man used to say.
You don't want to get Houstoned.
You don't want to get Houston's. Okay. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, do you know what time it is? Can you type in the chat and let us know what time you think it is? Because it is time for Mr. Batal. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Sudden death.
Oh boy.
Sudden death, people. Now, what this means now is we're going to be only spinning the wheel and giving you one shot. Whatever that thing is, we're going to take a look at your channel, and either you get it right or you get it wrong. You get it right, you move into the final round. You get it wrong, you're knocked out of that particular moment in this game, and we move on to the chat again to pull up another contestant.
That's right. One shot only. The word to type in, we have 2 words right now with no space, is the wheel. And we're not going to wait to actually spin it. Megan, are you ready?
She's ready.
Everything we're going to do here is going to move in double time now. Let's go. Ready? Let's go.
And we are resetting the wheel for this, so you will have all fresh slices.
Yep. One chance and one chance only. One spin.
The winner is Conspiracy Media. Conspiracy Media, come on down to the stage, and let's take a look at your channel. Let me find that.
I bet this is going to be a cool channel.
I tell you what, I think it's got a fairly clear channel name, because I think I know what it's about.
Yep.
Conspiracy Media. Was that what it was?
It was.
Is that right? My brain working correctly here?
Yep.
Okay. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
I'm
What?
confused. I'm already confused.
All right, what's
But
the
I'm
wheel
not
say?
here to judge this music channel that's named Conspiracy
right.
Media.
Okay.
All right. Well, I thought I knew what it was about, but apparently I am wrong.
I also thought I knew what it was about.
So I'm going to pull up the wheel and let the wheel decide what we're going to look at. Hopefully it's not a clear value prop, because I think we might have some issues going on here. Cards, we're not going to tell you what those are because we explained them earlier. We're going to go see if you're actually using them. Let's grab a piece of content, something recent. That's a stream. That's a stream. A lot of streams here. Let me see if I can find something. Is it all live streams? No, this looks like it's an edited, shorter piece of content. I'm trying to figure out something that has a little length. There is a 4-minute video with a, let me see. Yeah, I guess we'll use that one. Why not? Okay, let's look at that one. So this is cards. And I can tell you right off the bat, if there was a card, I would see it up top here. And I do see Karaoke King popped right open for me. One of the things I'm going to say, though, if you are using cards, make sure you put them later on in the video. That popped up the minute I started this, which means you probably have it closer to the beginning with the teaser tag. Try to make sure that when you're using cards, you want to get those somewhere near past the 80%, so it's not distracting. It's not pulling people off of this video. It's giving them an option when you get near the end, but it is there. So
advance.
Conspiracy Media gets to move on to the final round.
I prematurely hit that.
That's
I swear it's never happened before. First time.
First time for everyone.
All right. First time for everyone. All right. The word to type in right now is cards, which is appropriate.
Yes.
Type in the word cards. Megan, let me know when you're ready, and we're going to spin it.
She's nodding.
She's nodding. Let's do it. That's how fast we're moving, folks. Try to keep up.
I'm trying to read all these names. Cement surfer.
Cement surfer.
Cement surfer.
Cement. I wonder, is in like concrete and cement?
Cement?
Or
like the cement pond?
Yeah.
Beverly Hills.
As in like put it around your feet and throw you in the lake? Is that the cement? Or is it like cement?
I would get, my guess would have been that it's something is like it's a skate channel, right?
Right. Broken and discarded.
Okay, we have some issues. Cement, yes. A surfer. How about this?
Old cars?
Man, it's old cars, huh?
Oh.
My name is Russell. I chose Cement Surfer back in 2006 because I was still skateboarding on the streets. Okay, all right. Well,
cool. Thanks for explaining it. Yeah,
you explained it. Doesn't tell me what the channel's about. But let's spin the wheel here. Let me pull the wheel open and let's see what we're going to take a look at here in the sudden death rounds. If I can actually find where I put my cursor. There it is. Sometimes those things disappear. Let's spin.
Spin it.
Cement Surfer. What's it gonna be? And it is end screens. We've already talked about what these are, so let's take a look at the channel and see if Cement Surfer is actually using end screens on the content he's publishing to the channel. Let me try to find something that's been here for a little bit, but has a little bit of more length to it, where one would make sense. When it comes to end screens, videos have to be at least 25 seconds long before you can add an end screen to them. So really short ones that might only be 30 seconds, that always makes sense. Or if they're under 25, you can't even put them in. There's a lot of short form content on here. Yeah. 3 months ago, 1966 Ford Mustang. You got me with that, my friend. I own one. So let's see if there is a end screen at the end of this. And there is a Ford GT end screen there, right there, my friend. Cement Surfer is going to be moving on to the final round of the game today.
Advance.
Congratulations, you're moving on. The next word to type in right now is the word Streamyard. That is a platform we are streaming on, and I can't believe they turned their channel over. I'm just puzzled at why anyone would give us their password to their channel.
Yeah, that's a mistake, really.
Go stream on our channel and just get a spinny wheel and like all that stuff and have fun with it. Thank you, StreamYard.
What could possibly go wrong when you let us hang out together?
Go wrong, yes. But thank you, StreamYard, for supporting us and this show. And if you're not a StreamYard user, my first question to you is why not? The second thing I have to say is there's a link in the description below. And Daniel, I checked it at work.
That's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, you can stream for free up to 20 hours per month using StreamYard. And then if you like it, you can decide to upgrade from there, and that will remove the watermark and so on and so forth. But StreamYard's awesome. It's about both of us using our own channels. That's what most people are streaming with these days. Unless they're gaming, I think unless you're a Mac user, maybe. I think some people use another.
Well, you know, it's just such an
StreamYard's
easy
taken over, man.
It's so easy to use. It makes streaming so simple. It's a really stable platform. All these options to put things on screen and share and move the layout with a click of a button. If you haven't tried it, definitely try it. If you're interested in live streaming, haven't live streamed, or you have and you try to simplify your experience, StreamYard is definitely worth giving a shot. Especially considering they let you do it for free for 20 hours before you. And they always have different tier licenses if you want to open up even crazier features to take your live stream to the next level.
Right. It's also cloud-based. So if your machine isn't that strong, you're like, oh, my machine could never handle live streaming. They do all the heavy lifting for you. All right,
Absolutely.
Megan, you ready?
She is.
79 people.
Let's
go.
it.
Let's make it happen.
Backyard Reactions. I love that name. Interested to see what's going on here.
Backyard reactions.
All right.
I have a visualization of somebody sitting in their backyard in a lawn chair, holding a frosty beverage and just giving reactions.
That would be hysterical, wouldn't it?
That would be, yeah.
just talk views on the world, just reacting to stuff.
Just sitting in the backyard talking. Don't let me down. Backyard reactions. Don't let me down.
Well, we're not going to look at anything right now. I'm not saying a thing because I'm going to let the wheel decide what it is we're going to look at on this channel and pass judgment on. So let's do that. Backyard reactions.
That's right, Mike.
Well, look at that, a free spin. So listen, you're going to have 2 shots at this one. So even if you fail on this first one, you'll have an extra spin where you can come back. We'll put that up in the corner, and let's spin the wheel again. Exciting. Man, this goes fast.
That's right, I love it.
Good timpani, Megan. Optimized playlists. We've already talked about what those are, so let's get over to this channel and let's take a look at whether or not they're using optimized playlists.
And I'm going to take this moment again to address Crazy Kid 949. Today's your day, my friend. He says, I got 12 subs. Going live for that few people is redundant. All right, here you go. I'm going to click this off for just 1 second. I waited until I had a larger subscriber count before I started going live on my own channel by myself. And that was a huge mistake. And let me tell you why. Because there's something that happens that goes live to the way that your brain operates. And it's completely different than when you're recording a video. When you're going live, it's kind of like, patting your head and rubbing your stomach and juggling something at the same time. Your brain goes into overdrive. And that's a good place for you to be and learn how to use that and harness that, because you're reading the comments, you're handling tech, you're communicating. You have to learn how to keep the conversation going, even if there's no one in there, right? So my suggestion to everyone in here, if you're on the fence about going live, I've only got 10 subscribers or 12 subscribers, it doesn't matter. Go live for 10 minutes. Take a piece of paper or write notes and just write like 5 things or 10 things that you want to talk about today. Or talk about 5 things. Here are the 5 things I want to talk about today. Go live, talk about those 5 things, and treat it just like you would a video, only it's live. And if people show up and they start engaging with you, that's great. But if they don't, treat it like a video. Start it with a strong hook and end it properly, and now you got a free piece of content. You've got a video out of it. And you keep doing that, and you keep doing that. Eventually people are going to show up. And you also have to learn your gear. You have to learn your gear. By show of hands in the chat, how many times has your gear pooped out on you sometimes in your live stream and you had to figure out how to fix things on the fly? Like, those are things you need to figure out. So it's not about showing up, with not having a lot of people in the chat. Also think about it this way. You've got 12 subscribers, show up for them. Those 12 people like you, right? Those 12 people want to hear more of what you have to say. Show up for those 12 people. My channel, Daniel's got over 200,000 subscribers. I've got 150,000 subscribers on my channel, but I go live on Twitch and I go live on other hidden channels of mine just to have 4 or 5 people show up so I can have a chill little intimate live stream and we can hang out together, versus if I go live on my own channel, there's 50, 70, 100, sometimes 120 people in there and I can't talk to everybody. But if I'm live and there's 5 people in there, I love it.
Let me ask you a quick question, Mr. Dee Nimmin. Have you ever gone onto a channel that you're not subscribed to and watched one of their live events?
A channel that I'm not subscribed to?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Me too.
I found channels because YouTube will suggest a live stream to me, somebody I've never heard of before.
Yep.
I go, oh,
that's happened to me
interesting.
tons of times. I'm like, what is this thing going on? And I'll click and watch a live stream and get sucked into like something that's just really well done. So remember that your content can go out in the form of impressions. So even if you only have a certain amount of subscribers, make great content, even if it's live streams, and you could potentially reach new people who weren't aware of what it is you do on your channel before, and you might be able to convert them from live streams.
Yep. And in the process, you're going to get better with your gear. You're going to get better with communication, and you're going to show up for those 12 people or those 8 people. Let me tell you something. When you're showing up for those 12 people, that might not seem like a big deal to you, but it's going to be a big deal to those 12 people. So show up for them.
All right, so now listen, this is called Backyard Reactions. When I went to the homepage, their only thing they had on the homepage was uploads, which is the default playlist before you've done any optimization or customization to your channel, and it just had the short shelf put up there, okay? But when I go over to that, I said, well, let's go to the playlist tab. These are the sort of playlist titles that we're looking for to see if they're well optimized for the viewer and support the value proposition. And I'm seeing action, for kids, based on a true story, interesting places, recommended videos with your brother right there. Look at that. That's nice. I like that. Comedies, crime. I got to be honest with you. I'm going to pass judgment here. I don't feel these playlists are optimized. This is just stuffed in a box with a word on the box to put them into one place. Really think about the viewer experience. What about crime dramas? What about for kids? What about based on a true story? Action what? I don't know out of context. If I was explaining to somebody, hey, let me tell you about this channel. Tell me what it's about. You ready? I'll give you some hints. Action, comedies. I'd be saying it's maybe a movies channel, documentaries, for kids, interesting places. Wait, no, I think it's a travel channel. Like, these things aren't helping me understand the true value of this channel, what I can expect here every week when I come back for your content. So I'm unfortunately going to give this one, I'm going to give it a strike because I can do that.
Game over.
Yeah, think about optimizing those playlists. Get them more compelling. Build your playlist titles like you would a video title, and don't be afraid to put those onto your homepage. Your homepage is like your storefront. That's where people are going to land if they click the name of your channel, and it brings them right to your homepage first. Get that optimized. Get that laid out so they have a great viewer experience and they'll be able to find your content easily.
100%. And while everybody is typing in value prop as the next word, as in value proposition, we've already gone over what that is. Backyard Reaction says, I search lives and I watch a lot of them.
Yeah.
Which is totally in alignment with what you're talking about, Daniel, in terms of discoverability. Get out there and go live, man. Upload those videos. Go live.
Don't be afraid.
Get out there. Get the practice. I mean, you're also getting in your reps.
Hone your craft, right?
Hone your craft. You're getting your reps in, you know.
Okay.
I believe you said you're a comedy channel. Like, do your comedy live when there's nobody there. Fall on your face live. Get those reps in.
Yeah.
You'll be better for it in the back end. All right, Megan, you ready?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Megan just stepped up and said, this channel has a free spin. Ooh. I forgot about the free spin. Thank you,
Holy
Megan.
moly.
So keep this channel right here. Hold on a second. This is why we have the people behind the scenes that keep us online. They're probably screaming it in the chat. I wasn't looking at the chat either. Okay, so we do have a free spin. So right back at it. Let's spin the wheel one more time. Wow, I remember these things.
Look
free
at this.
spins. Yeah, there's Doug Hewson going free spin, baby. Let's spin it.
Yeah.
Whoops, not that. That was me. That was the wah-wah for me. Nice
We're
job,
out of
Daniel.
job.
Way to
We're
pay
out
attention.
of job, man. We need to get other people in here to do this.
See, this is what happens. That's why you got to practice your live streams.
That's right.
Chapters. All right, let's get back to this channel one more time. You get another shot at it after we've just thrown you off the stage. We go, could you please come back up here?
Pulling it back in for one more.
Come on, one more try here. So we're looking at chapters. Are any of these videos chapters? Now, we've talked about what chapters are. Let me try to find a longer video that is not a live stream that would probably make sense for chaptering. I'm looking. Let's see. Girl in the Picture, Cobra Kai Season 5 trailer reaction. So there's a lot of reactions here. Let me see. Is there something longer? I'm looking for a long reaction. Here's a 31-minute, my first visit to Slab City, the last free place. Okay, so this is one. 31 minutes long, might benefit from being broken down into sections. So let's pull that one up. And I'm not seeing any chapters. I'm not seeing any chapters. So unfortunately, I feel like I'm having a moment of deja vu, but
And this is the first time I've ever done this to a channel twice.
Game over.
Can't say that again. All right.
Yeah, all right. You know, sometimes so nice we did it twice. Sorry about that.
That's right.
Think about implementing some of these things, right? And we're not saying that every channel should have. Dang, I know. Not every channel works with chapters. Not every every one of these things you have to implement all at once. But that's why we try to give you a best 2 out of 3. Think about the things we're talking about here and how you can implement them on your channel to potentially just have a better viewer experience and really optimize the channel so the viewer comes here and sees your content and really understands where everything is, and the things that you do, try to push that viewer towards more of your content and use the things that are going to show up in search and show up in browse and try to put things together in a way that you're leveraging the way the platform works to get viewers excited to watch more of your content.
I love it. Okay, so the word to type in right now is value prop, as in value proposition. We're going to spin that. While we're spinning that, we've got a great question here from somebody who's trying to get some information on how to make their videos, and I think this is great. And I'm going to let you guys handle this in the chat with some suggestions because you guys are amazing at this. LaDon did it for real. Asks, how do I break the ice doing videos about sobriety? Sobriety content seems to be limited. I'm a blogger that speaks on how sobriety is for me. If you guys want to help out in the chat, that would be fantastic.
Quick,
right, Megan,
one of our friends, a creator we know by the name of Sober Leon, has a great channel that talks all about sobriety. So if you're looking, sometimes finding another channel that's doing it is a really good way to get some pointers, tips, roadmaps, blueprints for how you can do it. Look at that right here, Beyond Belief Sobriety, right here in the chat.
Yep.
What do you say? Should we spin this thing?
Let's spin it. Let's go.
All right.
I love when the community comes together and to give advice like that.
Absolutely.
I just love it.
Skip
Just love
X.
it. Let's go, Skip X.
Come on, Skip X.
What's it going to be, Skip X?
It just typed in Skip C. That would be a different channel. All right, so let's start with being able to type the right channel name in. As much as we would like to check out Skip C, I'm sure Skip X is even better because it comes before him in the alphabet.
That's right.
All right.
You got them?
Yes, I have them. Okay. Skip X. All right, in sudden death, you know the rules here, folks. The wheel is going to decide, and the wheel is getting thinner, so let's see what we're going to look at here. Skip X. Not to be confused with Smitzifer.
No, that happens a lot.
Clear value proposition. Well, I'm going to pull the channel up. And Dee, I'm going to throw it to you and let you do whatever you want to do here.
Clear value proposition. Now, we've already talked about what a clear value proposition is, and we don't have any idea. There is nothing anywhere that gives me any indication of what your value proposition is.
Here, let me help you. Let me help you, Dee. I'm going to give you some hints from things on this channel, and you let me know once you're able to figure out what the channel's about. Skip X.
Okay. No idea.
Okay, this might help. The playlist. Popular uploads.
No idea.
Okay, how about this? Uploads.
No idea.
Okay, see, wait, finally, down here, gaming analysis.
Gaming channel. What type of gaming are doing analysis of gaming?
The playlist says this is a playlist of video game analysis. Dee, I'll let you make the decision here, my friend.
All right. So let's just assume his entire channel is doing game analysis. What would you suggest a simple value proposition would be, Daniel?
I would suggest
Something
that.
simple.
I would say Skip X, analyzing some of your favorite video games, right? And then break them down into the video games that you're covering and breaking down and doing analysis of.
So put something like that up in your channel art, and that would work. But unfortunately,
Game over.
Tough hit. We talk about that a lot, being a value proposition. The easier you make it for a viewer to understand at a glance what your entire channel is about without making them do what I just did, start scrolling and trying to guess, the quicker they're going to want to convert and potentially subscribe and watch more of your content. Don't make it hard for the viewer to understand, or you'll struggle always trying to grow more rapidly. It's not that you can't. It's just that the clearer you can make it for them to understand why they would want to watch, the easier it is for them to want to click the subscribe button and watch more of your content in the future.
make it super easy every single step of the way for the viewer to get what they want. be it to understand what your channel is about or to get them to watch another piece of content or dig into a playlist where they can binge watch, or you want to drive them into your sales funnel, or you want to send them off somewhere where they can buy something. Be very intentional and make it super easy for them to find exactly what it is that they're looking for. Megan, are you ready?
She's ready.
Let's go. I think she needs a raise. She's done much better than Geraldo.
I know. She's also, monitoring the chat and helping us out.
Yeah. She's got this thing going on. Head tapping and the rubbing. Yeah.
Help me with the pronunciation. Rosebell?
Rosabelle?
Or Rosabelle?
Rosebell.
Rosebell Carton? Rosebell Carton?
Rosebell. I'm sorry, Rosebell Carton.
Rosabelle.
I just imagined an A in there for Rosabelle. It's Rosebell.
Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe that E is pronounced like maybe it's a Rosabelle.
Could be.
She'll have to tell us how close we were. Okay, I found the channel. We've got it right here. Big thanks for Megan. Yeah, she does a lot of hard work behind the scenes for us. Here is the channel. We are not going to do anything right now other than to pull up the wheel and let the wheel decide what happens next. So let's spin that wheel.
Let's do it.
We haven't given away free merch. That hasn't popped up yet. It's got a big green smiley face next to it. Featured link in the description. We've talked about this one already.
Yep.
Video links that are in your descriptions are actually, if people click them, it's considered part of suggested traffic. So if you're ever thinking about how to get more suggested traffic, we love to see those. Let me find a video. This was a live stream, potentially. Is it all streams? I'm trying to see what they got going on. This is a short. This is stream. So it's mostly live streams and shorts. Let me find something that's got quite a bit of views. Here we go. First LS life story. It's got 1,500 views from 2 weeks ago. If there was a video that probably should have a link in the description featured, that would be the video. Man, I don't know what's going on in the world today, but there sure are a lot of hashtags showing up in description that I don't understand the need for these.
YouTube actually considers that stuffing. Keyword stuffing, hashtag stuffing. You don't want to do that. You're going to see a lot of channels that do it, but you don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's not going to help grow your channel. Not putting all those in there. And as I scroll down, I see a music list. I'm not seeing any link in the description, so unfortunately,
Game over.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a wrap for you. Make it part of your process. If you're going live or you upload a video, come back and add a link in your description, pin comment, card, end screen. Make a checklist and go through all of those things, because simply going live or simply uploading a piece of content, that's not enough. You want to do all of the things and use all the tools that YouTube gives us to help viewers find what they're looking for.
Yeah, and remember, these things work together.
Yes,
they all work together, all these different points, cards, end screens, link in the description, pin comment, creating strong playlists. All these things work together for that viewer experience and helping funnel viewers to find more of your content. So don't just think about, well, I don't like doing that one thing, or I forgot. Like Dee just said, you can add a link to your description before you ever go live in your live stream. Our live streams usually have a link down there so that you can go check out Streamyard. We do that when we're building the live stream ahead of time.
Yes.
So think about doing that. Intentional links in those descriptions can be important for not only finding more of your content, but pushing them towards something that you might want to check out, your website, a product, a email opt-in list, you name it.
Right. And think of it this way. I just watched your video and I want to watch another video, and there's nothing for me to click on. But what I do see is YouTube suggesting all this other stuff. But if you've got a card, if you've got an end screen, or maybe I look down below and you've got a link and you're telling me about this great new video that you have, and I like you as a creator, I'm probably going to click on one of your videos. But if you leave me nothing, maybe I'll click on your username and go dig through content that way. Or maybe it will be easier because YouTube's a lot smarter. YouTube's going to say, well, they're going to be interested in this as well. And they're going to start showing up videos next to your channel. And they're going to pull me away from your channel. You lose the views, you lose the watch time.
That's one of the biggest things, and I don't want to stall the ship here, but one of the biggest things I think that we have to recognize is YouTube's mission is to bring people to the platform, get them watching videos, and keep them watching videos. Where we come into conflict, YouTube doesn't care if it's your video or someone else's video that keeps them watching. And if someone keeps watching your video and they keep clicking on an end screen that YouTube shows it from another channel, YouTube will show that other channel more frequently if people go over to that one next. So you really want to think about that's where we come into conflict. We want to do the same thing, but we want to keep them watching our content so it'll get recommended more in the future.
Yes, Gary, yes. Okay.
Yes,
Gary, yes.
Megan's ready to hit those the timpanis. Ready to do this?
Remember Team America with the puppets?
I totally do.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the signal. You ready?
Yep. Let's go. Timpani. Timpani, it's running.
That was my signal.
That was. Oh, I love it. We need a part 2 to that. I've actually seen those puppets. A friend of mine actually helped build those puppets.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I've seen those puppets. Andrew Poletto, fit over 50.
Fit over 50.
Nailed it on the channel name.
Andrew.
And I think Daniel and I both need to subscribe to the channel. That's us. You're speaking to us, Andrew.
You're screaming our names.
Yep, you're screaming our names. Did you find it?
I'm still trying to
put it in. You're looking for
a lot of characters in that name.
Yeah,
I have to
scary,
type them all in. Okay, I have found the channel, Mr. Andrew Poletto, fit over 50. But I'm not going to do anything other than to hopefully find my way over to the wheel and see if we can spin and see what we're going to take a look at here. Fit over 50. Yeah, I'm fit.
Yeah. I'm over 50. You're fit. Yeah, I barely fit into the shirt. That's what you're talking about.
Optimized titles. We talked about this. Let's take a look at some of Andrew's video titles and see if they really speak to the viewer about the kind of content that's on this channel and is compelling and makes them want to click and watch some of his fit over 50 videos. Okay, so I'm going to start reading some of these out. Dee, you tell me what you think. Or actually, you want to let the Lions decide this one?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen of the Coliseum, you decide the fit. You decide the fate. You decide the fate of fitness over 50. What say you?
I'll yell some of these out, people, so you can know what they are. You tell me if these are really well optimized here, and that so people can understand exactly what's going on. Lose fat and gain muscle, fitness over 50. Never skip a Monday, fitness over 50. How to stay fit without going to a gym. Fitness over 50. 2 mistakes people make when starting a fitness, program. How not to get bulky when lifting weights. Fitness over 50. A lot of fitness over 50 he keeps putting in there. What are the lines
hammering that home. He's hammering that home, and I like it.
Yeah, he keeps putting those terms in there, fitness over 50, and leveraging some specific keywords. I like that he puts that at the end of his title, that he keeps he puts new compelling elements right at the beginning and explains what it is, and then adds that thing that might get truncated near the end just for some optimization for SEO purposes. Man, I'm seeing nothing but thumbs up, A-OK, thumbs up. Man, that is a win right there.
Nailing it. Look at all of those. Boom.
Advance.
All right, let me add him into the winner wheel. Andrew Poletto, fit over 50.
That's right. Now, are we going to spin the winner's wheel, or are we going to roll one more here?
I don't know.
What do we got?
What do we got
going on? I don't know. I'm thinking, because this is moving fast, I'm thinking we do one more. What do you think?
I'm in on that. I think more winners is a good thing. The more winners we have, the happier I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, type in the yard as in Streamyard. Type it in and type it in fast, because we're going to spin this thing really quickly. I can see Megan over there. She's just she's hitting them timpanis like she's trying to light a match.
She is. She's rubbing them together like a Cub Scout.
Like a Cub Scout.
Come on, hit the thing. Come on. Oh, what? Well, she started early. She's getting excited now.
I didn't even get to the page yet. You ready?
Hey, you know what,
Let's go.
She's also got a saxophone, a trumpet, and a guitar, so I don't know what she might break into next.
Next time. Ready?
Yep, ready.
Megan, let's go.
There it is.
I love it.
I love reading these names as they go flying back to see if I can quickly digest and understand what the channel's about. Cooking the weeds. Cooking the weeds. Okay. Pot brownies.
Right. Yeah. This could go in a couple of different directions.
I know. Cooking the weeds.
I'm here for it. Whichever way it's going to go, I'm here for it.
Oh, man. Look at these thumbnails. Oh, those are so good. Those look great. But I'm not the one to decide what we're going to look at today. The wheel's going to decide, but those are some good looking thumbnails, my friend. Those are really good,
man.
Let's
like
spin
delicious looking. Delicious looking thumbnails.
I love when a channel grabs me right off the bat. Like I land on it. My homepage is so well optimized with great thumbnails. I'm like, boy, that looks good. Oh, man.
Oh, come on. Come on. This is rigged.
Well, the guy, I know a guy who works on the show. He might have had his thumb on the scale of the wheel there. Boy, I have to take a quick second here. Just look at these thumbnails. Look how well these are done. Yes, there's some text under there. Be careful with some of these things. He looks like he's trying to avoid the timestamp, which is pretty good. He's definitely using text, but he's keeping it out of, it's not letting it clutter the imagery. Look at how great the shot of the food is. Every time he makes a plate of food, he takes it a minute to put it, get it lit, get a good picture of it. These are just great looking I love this so much. I know in an instant what this video is about, what I can expect. I know it's a smaller channel. I don't know how old it is. I can tell you in a minute. It says 2020, so that's when it was first joined. Doesn't mean that's when he started really working very hard. Let me just see here, oldest video. I just want to see a year. So it's only been a year working at this. I'm really smart. I really like these thumbnails, and I like how they progressed. If you look at some of his older thumbnails, like these ones here, they're not bad. They're good pictures, but they're a little bland. They're not really well balanced. And as you go towards his newer stuff that's on his channel, he just really starts getting these much better saturation of color, much better balance in the thumbnail. Stay on this, my friend. These are great thumbnails. If there's anything that you don't need to be working on, it's thumbnails. They look really great.
And on that note,
advance.
All right.
Cook in the weeds. Let me get Cook in the weeds put in the final wheel, if I can spell the name right. Cook in.
That's right. Cook in the weeds. And now what we're going to do is we are going to do the winner's spin. The person that gets to bring it all home and can get a pillow, can get what can they get? They can get a mug. They can get a stuffed duck. They can get. Are we giving away access to? What are we giving away? Tell me.
We have all kinds of stuff.
I don't even know what we're giving away. I've been banned from the merch store. Tell me what we're giving away.
Well, we're going to be, there is a merch store that has mugs, hoodies, t-shirts, pillows, stuffed ducks, you name it. We've got all kinds of cool merch. But we're going to be integrating as we move forward here. Some free access to use the software, the pro level stuff, and we will be adding another link in here. They just added a link and they gave me one. I will make sure we add it. Streamyard is now offering a free 30-day trial of all the pro features. That's something they've just added, and I have a link. I'll make sure we add it to this description of this live stream once we're done here today, so you can go in and not just try StreamYard just on the free level. You can go in and actually play around with all the pro level features for an entire month. So I'll make sure I add that link as well.
I love it. And our friend Colin Michael just popped up here and he said he's giving away his play button to the winner. So thanks, Colin, for that.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah, right. Appreciate that, Colin. Hope you're doing well, buddy. All right, man. You ready for the final spin?
Yeah, let's pull this wheel up. I don't know about my color choices on the wheel today. I think there's a little issue going on there, but let's not talk about that. Let's just see who our winner is today.
He's not really giving his play button away, but all the other stuff is there.
He is now.
Stuff duck and all that. He is now. Might as well give mine away. I'm never going to see it again.
Can Fly Western Australia is our winner today. Congratulations, my friend. That is a huge victory for a channel that had a controversial name in terms of whether or not people knew what it was about. But that is great. This just goes to show you how fun this game is, that the wheel really directs the flow of things. Channels think they're out of the running and then they're back in. Channels that are doing everything right but just happen to get that wrong spin can get tossed off the stage. Daniel can forget that you had a free spin and throw you off, and then we have to bring you back up only to throw you off again. It's been a crazy day, D.
It has been a crazy day, and I want to thank you for assisting me in this crazy day, for getting through this stream that we do once a month. The second Saturday of every single month, we are back here doing this thing. The next time we will be back will be the next, what is it, July, August the 13th.
Oh boy,
August
is it a Friday?
13th.
No, it's Saturday. Phew, thank you. Hey, listen, Megan is going to put her contact, her email. What you want to do, Canfly Western Australia, is make sure you email Megan, Megan at danielbatal.com. She'll make sure that she gets you all hooked up with whatever you want to get from the StreamYard catalog. I'm pretty sure we have no problem shipping to Australia, but if there is, for any other reason, we'll hook you up with an alternate prize. But make sure you reach out to her, and congratulations on the win.
Congratulations. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us today. Thanks for all the shares. Thanks for all the thumbs up. Thanks for the engagement. Again, you got a link to StreamYard down in the description below, as well as links to Daniel's channel, and my channel is down there as well. So, Mr. Batal, thank you so much as always. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Mr. Dean Emmon. Great job today, my friend.
Yep. And Megan, good job with the timpani there.
She's waving the timpani sticks in the air.
Peace.